Hello student, today we are going to learn some multiple choice question under design of machine elements. Choose the correct answer from alternatives and also explain your answer. Question number 1. A quarter joint is used to transmit option A axial tensile load only, option B axial compressive load only, option C combined axial and twisting load, option D axial tensile or compressive load. Correct answer option D axial tensile or compressive load. A quarter joint is designed to connect two rods that are subjected to axial forces. It can handle both tension and compression along the axis of the rods. Question number 2. The taper on quarter is usually option A 1 in 24, option B 1 in 8, option C 1 in 100, option D 1 in 48. Correct answer is A 1 in 24. The standard taper for a quarter is 1 in 24. This means that the width of the quarter increases by 1 unit for every 24 units of length. This taper helps in securely holding the quarter in place. Question number 3. The joint between the piston rod and the cross head of steam engine is option A knuckle joint, option B universal joint, option C quarter joint, option D key joint. Correct answer is C quarter joint. Quarter joint are commonly used to connect piston rod to crosshead in steam engine. This connection experiences significant axial forces. Question number 4. The joint in valve mechanism of reciprocating engine is option A knuckle joint, option B universal joint, option C quarter joint, option D key joint. Correct answer is A knuckle joint. Valve mechanism in reciprocating engine often use knuckle joint. Knuckle joint allow for angular movement between the connecting rods, which is necessary for the valve operation. Question number 5. The pin in knuckle joint is subjected to option A double shear stress, option B torsional shear stress, option C axial tensile stress, option D axial compressive stress. Correct answer is A double shear stress. The pin in a knuckle joint is subjected to double shear. The force acting on the pin is distributed across two shear planes. Question number 6. Feather key are generally option A tight in shaft and loose in half, option B loose in shaft and tight in half, option C tight in both shaft and half, option D loose in both shaft and half. Correct answer is A tight in shaft and loose in half. Feather key are designed to be a tight fit in the keyway of the shaft and a sliding fit in the keyway of the half. This allows the half to slide axially along the shaft while transmitting torque. Question number 7. The width of the pulley should be option A equal to width of belt, option B less than width of belt, option C greater than width of belt, option D none of this. Correct answer is C greater than width of belt. The pulley face width must be greater than the belt width. This is to ensure that the belt can run on the pulley without slipping off. The extra width provides guidance and prevents the belt from shifting. Question number 8. The type of stresses developed in the key is or are option A shear stress along, option B bearing stress along, option C both shear and bearing stresses, option D tensile and compressive stress. Correct answer is C both shear and bearing stresses. A key is subjected to both shear and bearing stresses. The shear stress occurs in the key cross section due to the torque transmitted. The bearing stress occurs between the key and the shaft or half due to the compressive forces. Question 9. Counting on 300 mm width of pulley face should be option A 9 mm, option B 12 mm, option C 15 mm, option D 18 mm. Correct answer is A 9 mm. A common thumb rule is to have a counting of approximately 1.5% of the pulley face width. For a 300 millimeter width pulley, 1.5% of 300 millimeter is 4.5 millimeter. However, another option, another standard being followed where counting can be about 3% of the pulley width. 3% of 300 millimeter is 9 millimeter. So correct answer is A, 9 millimeter. Question number 10. Material used for bearing bushings is option A, phosphorus sponge, option B, gunmetal, option C, barbit, option D, any one of the above. Correct answer is D, any one of the above. Bearing bushings can be made from phosphorus sponge. Phosphorus sponge high strength and wear resistance. Gunmetal, it is corrosion resistance, or barbit material low friction and good embeddability, that means jodiye thaka. The choice depend on load, speed and application requirement. Okay,